All right, this is not what I had in mind for our $99 holiday special for iPhone 6s backlight and image problems. What we got in the mail today was a frantic, I need this phone for my work and for my personal, it's my only phone, and he took it to some kind of a shop where they blew both backlight circuits. It's a 6S Plus. It showed up here just now. It is 3:53, and we've got to get it fixed before the last UPS drop off. So we are racing against the clock, and let's take a look at this board. And it definitely has blown backlights because we can see a completely missing filter and missing pads here. We can see a completely missing filter and missing pads there. And somebody's been here before me because I can see that somebody has tried at some point to run my little secret 6S Plus jumper for backlight. This one is going to have the board come out of the frame. So I just took out the screws as I was setting up this stream. And let's see, I think that it's going to have a short, maybe. Oh yeah, shield is off. Oh geez, I don't know if we can make it. This is going to be tight. We are going to do our best. All right, so I can see that this shield here is wiggly waggly. So yeah, that's pretty much not on there at all. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense why that shield would be off. Let's see. All right, so somebody's been here before. They tried to put a jumper from there. Let's look back at the backlight drivers. All right, let's test for short to ground here at the backlight driver anode line diodes and see if we actually have a short or not. All right, let's see. How about you? Somebody's probed you before. Let's get a probe on there. Great, that is short. And let's see here. Fantastic. Okay, so this side is not short. All right, let's flip around here then. Oh, why is that one line short? Let's see if we can guess if it's mechanical or not. All right, let's check. That'll be fine. That has a diode mode reading of 0.7. And this one, why are you short here? Let's see. Yeah, that's short. Boo! All right. So in order for full backlight, we have to have this side working. This side we can get working and it'll give us half backlight, but that's probably not gonna really help. It's not gonna help that much. All right, so let's see. Is this, pretty sure this is a backlight cap. Let's see, are you on the short side, yes or no? All right, so that side is the good side that's not short. And I'm guessing this is the other backlight cap because it looks big. All right, why are you short? Are you short because of a mechanical short in this area, or are you short for some other reason? Let's see if we can press around here. That looks pretty fried. That looks like kind of burned board damage there. Are you short because you have a bad cap, or are you short because something here is touching ground? That looks pretty burned. Is this burn board? Yeah, that seems like burn. All right, if you're burned, then you could be just smoking in there because you're touching ground. All right, let's see. Still short. This is going to be tough. We could probably get him half backlight before the UPS drop off, but I don't know. I don't know if we can get him full backlight or not. Let's see. All right, the diode mode reading is 0.028. Let's see if I dig a little bit around here in the hopes that we have a mechanical short, that it's actually touching ground. If we try to dig this trace and kind of separate it from ground from that hole, can we improve our diode mode reading? Let's see. Can I just get this out of here? Let's see. Let's just kind of fillet around here and try to get some of this bad board out of here. This is a serious race against the clock. All right, that looks like that is all part of this backlight anode line, that whole piece. All right, now that we've dug it a little bit, did that help us with our short? That is some serious blown backlight. It's hard to blow both backlights on a 6S Plus. .034. All right, so that seems like we did change the diode mode reading, which points more to this being the cause of our short here. Just stuff touching a ground plane somewhere in this section. So we're going to just fillet. We're going to try to mechanically separate that trace from ground plane. Oh geez, race against the clock. All right, let's peel this sucker up so that you're not touching ground under you. All right, did that help us with our short? Let's see. Tick tock, tick tock. Yes, we cleared the short, 0.516. Woo woo! Okay, that's some progress. Okay, so we're gonna cut this then to get that seriously out of there. All right, so far we peeled up that little backlight anode line trace, and we're gonna just get him out of there entirely. Get out of there, mofo. Don't touch any ground. You are too damaged. Okay, now is our short still gone? Hopefully. Hopefully we didn't recreate it. All right, 0.516. Great. All right, so we have cleared our short. So now, now we need to get a filter on that line. So we are going to have to put a filter somewhere, and that filter is going to ultimately have to go to the connector. So I am going to refresh my memory on this circuit by looking on ZXW. And let's see if I can bring you guys over or not. Nope, sorry guys. That is not working for today. So I am going to look at ZXW and see where does that line go. All right, so which one, just to be sure, is where we need to go? So our destination is the third pin on that side, and there's a little cap there that we can use. All right, so let's see, the third pin here, and we can use this cap here, and let's get some flux on that. All right, things are looking up. Things are looking up. Let's see if you guys think we're going to, oh, somebody is referring somebody to the complaints video. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to switch in my mini hot tweezers. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can get, let me check which side of the cap, the side that is closest to the connector. All right, so where we're going is right here. Actually, I was using some low melt on some stupid S6 charge port. How do you guys do the stupid S6 charge port? I took a job for an S6 charge port it was a local guy. Normally that's not something I would do, but his wife is going to chemo like over Thanksgiving, and I felt really sad for them, so was trying to do that. Man, what a pain. I really am afraid of Samsung screens. The last one I did was probably years ago, and I tore off I broke the LCD on a Note 4, I think. And since then, I'm terrified of Samsung screens. So I don't want to do a charge port job, period. And definitely not one where I have to get under that screen. So I was trying to just solder the port, which is turning out to be also a pain in the ass. All right. Get on there, mofo. Not on there, just on here. Get on there nicely so I can trust you. All right, there you go, bro. All right, we got to get from there through a place that's not going to touch anything else. And we're going to have to stick a filter in the middle of nowhere, like here. Let's get a filter. Tick tock, race against the clock. All right. Last filter in the strip. All right, so this is just going to be a floating filter hanging out here. Touch solder, that needs to be a little beefier. Still needs to be beefier. Flux. Oh, I'm really at the end of this tube of flux. Boo! Things are not going easy. All right, and now we need to get from there to the cap. So I'm going to grab another piece of jumper wire. This will be the thicker insulated jumper wire. Watch Jerry rig everything for screen removals. But I don't want to remove the screen. I just want to solder on a charge port. All right, on Samsung phones, the resistors or whatever, blah, 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 while the port itself is fine. Not this port. This port has like 0 pins left. This is a classic fucked up port job. And the guy was funny. He came in, he's like, I think I have a bad battery. And I was like, let's look at your charge port. And I'm like, your charge port looks like ass. This side is difficult because it's insulated. Get it on there. Fine. All right, let's see if we can make that stand up to time. All right, that's good. All right, now let me check which side of this cap am I going to. Your camera is cutting out. Well, I can't help you with that, because it's a race against the clock versus the UPS drop-off. All right, let's see. What side of this cap am I going to? I'm going to the side facing the battery. All right, so let's take a drive over here. Side facing the battery. All right. Tick tock. Tick tock. Too much solder. All right, come on, wire. Great, you fucking came off. This wire's way too long. These tweezers are way too janky. What? You came off on that side? I'm surprised. All right, you'll be able to get back on there. Okay, let's get this in position. Because we're definitely going to need to put on a UV mask, and that's going to take some time. All right. Tick tock. Tick tock. All right. Progress. All right, let's find where is really the best place for this dude to live. Probably something like that. Great, you came off, fantastic. And then this has to go back on here. All right, that seems robust. Now, where should you really lay down? Let's see. You should go through here, back where you were shorted before. Flip around. Stay away from that. All right, now here's the difficult one because it's the insulated one. And it's a little bit thick. And a little bit oxidized. Okay, let's see. Do we have continuity out to our connector and no short? Let's find out. All right, I think it is pin 3. I hope it better not need a new connector. All right, we've got a line out to the connector, and is it short to ground? 0.5 02. Great. That should give us backlight on that side. And now we are going to say, forget that side, and we're going to do the jumper solution to connect side A and B with a wire. So if that line was short to ground that whole time, then whoever put a wire here before would have had half backlight. And the guy might have been happy with that because he seemed super, super in a hurry. So at least he could see the screen for Thanksgiving holiday. See half of his family in his pictures. But if you've got a line that's short to ground, you put a jumper here, then you're going to be carrying that short over to the other line. You're going to get no backlight. All right, so there is tying line, side A and B together. All right, let's see if that is going to work. All right, test. Test, test. That is hard to do, to burn up a board like that. I can see why he would be pissed. And testing the screen. All right, moment of truth. Do we have backlight? Not so far. Boo! All right, let's grab a charger. Do we have the ability to charge? Not really. Okay, there we go. Charging. And I see something on the screen, but it looks half dim. Boo. All right, so we'll let that charge for a second. Actually, we don't have time for that. We're going to have to boot off a DC power supply to see if this is half dim. In which case, we will have to fix the other side. All right, DC power supply is connected, and let's see. All right, so we've got a shadow. You can see that. So we've got a shadow. So that's either going to be half dim shadow, or it's going to be a shadow because of a cathode line problem. All right, that's not good enough. All right, so let's see what happens if we fix the other side. Let's check. Do we see any obviously blown cathode line filters on that left side? All right. No, but we'll check. All right, let's check for a cathode line fault. Do we have continuity? All right, let's look at these pins. Do we have a connector problem on any of these pins? We might. None of them look good. All right, so in the sake of time, we are going to just try and fix the other side real quick. Let's make that brighter. Brighten it up. All right, I'm also going to check real quick on my jumper. So let me just check to make sure that those are the right two pads to connect. This side and that side, yeah. So the the jumper is correct. It should be bringing backlight from one side to the other. From memory, I know that that one side of the backlight can bring service to both sides. but it's not vice versa. So one side is strong enough to power both sides. The other side is not strong enough to power both sides, and I forget which is which. All right, so for now, we kind of have, actually, we're going to just go ahead and do the same thing since we already have to have quite a bit of exposed ground here. All right, so on this side, what we're going to do is we are going to go from the cap to up to the test point. I think that would be the best idea. So let's see what that would look like. We're going to go from the line side of the cap and the line side of the cap to the test point that is in the middle. All right, so we are going to go from the line side of the cap, which is here, to the test point and stick a filter on the test point. All right, so we will get rid of our jumper. And flip this up. Tick tock, tick tock. I had dumped out 2 filters earlier, and those were the last 2 filters in the strip, and I was gonna hang on to the other one, but I don't see it. Let's see, is there another strip? Yes. Is there another filter in this strip? Yes. Yes. Okay, here we go. Filter. So we are going to go filter on the test point. Ah. So this is a race. We do not have time to go to ZXW and really point out why this should work. All right, grab another piece of wire. So you are on your own to go to ZXW and figure out why. What is the theory here? Why is this craziness, in theory, gonna work? All right, so we popped a filter on the test point there. Tick tock, 420. I'm not 100% sure what is the last time. It's either 5 or 5:30. So I got to get this thing fixed, put back together, UV cured, packaged, down the street by 5 o'clock. In order to save Thanksgiving. God damn it, my jumper just broke on the other end. Piece of shit. All right, fine. We will go the other side first. This is like total surgery. I feel like a nurse with sutures. All right, that's cool. And let's see, how are we going to route you to your destination? Let's take you kind of away from everything over here. And let's take you under that guy. And let's carry you on to your destination with plenty of play. All right, there's your destination, bro. Really wish I had a fresh tube of flux and was not squeezing the dregs out of this one. There we go. That's a good one. So now if we have a cathode line problem, which we may, it would also present the same way with a shadow on the screen because only one line can go out and come back. The other line might be able to go out and only come back halfway. Now we have a path from here to the connector. Let's check for continuity and short to ground before we fire this thing up. All right, do we have a line from our backlight anode cap all the way out to pin 3 of the connector? Boo. That should go to the connector. All right, let's see why doesn't it. So we don't have a line out to the connector. Why not? It should go to the connector unless the boo. All right, so there we learned something. All right, so this test point here, it is the right one, yeah. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure that's the right test point. The second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah. So that test point should have continuity here with the pin. Let me make sure I'm on the right pin. The third pin, yeah. So the test point and the third pin itself should have continuity just by virtue of how the board is. So we should have a beep from here to pin 3. And we don't. So why not? And the answer is going to be because the track in the board that runs from the test point must come up here at this broken point here. See where the pad is missing? That little trace that we can see, that nub, that little tiny nubbin is not, oh shit, my camera. Why did the camera stop working? Oh well. That nub should connect to the trace, and that must be the path. So what we're going to do is we're going to make another little tiny jumper from the nubbin to that little broken piece. And then hopefully we will have a path. Let's get that done before this camera totally dies. All right, so we're going to use like a super, super tiny jumper wire. We're going to stick it in there. And this is a challenge. So I'm going to try to get the burned up charred nub able to accept tin so that I can solder to it. That's going to be hard. All right. So I've got to solder to you. You're the only hope for this backlight, bro. All right, and then we got to solder over here to that. Okay, let's try it. Oh man, I really need some trace repair tweezers. This is super tiny. Super tiny. Get on there, mofo. All right. And let's peel back the little tail. All right, and now, do we have a path from our test point to the connector? Let's see. Do we have a path now? All right, from the test point, so I'm out here at the test point and I'm testing, do I have a line to pin 3? Yes, beep. Fucker, you asshole. That should totally beep. I'm pretty sure that that jumper is good. All right, now we have to just test. All right, why do you not beep? I am pretty sure that 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 is that's connected down there. Maybe not. Are you? You really look like you're on there. All right, let's test. Do we have a beep from here? That nub to the connector? Nope. Why not? Is it because we have a connector foot problem? I'm going to go to continuity mode instead of diode mode. Yes, we do have a beep. All right, so that was just probe not in the right spot. Yeah, that's good, because it doesn't make sense why it wouldn't. All right, so we have a line now from pin 3 of the connector out to the test point, which means we should have a line now from pin 3 of the connector to the cap, which we do. All right, so that now we're going to test for short to ground on that line, which we should not have a short to ground. We don't have any reason why we'd have a short to ground. And we don't, 0.514. Great. All right, test number 2. Have we brought back all of backlight, or was this a cathode problem because our jumper had already tied together left and right side backlight? Let's find out. Tick tock, it's 4:29, getting really close. Getting close to Thanksgiving being ruined. This guy having no ability to take any pictures of the turkey on his table. The only thing that stands in the way is getting this thing to work. All right, let's see. Do we have full backlight? Of course, we still have a battery problem. Great. All right, DC power supply, and let's see. Let's see. All right, moment of truth. Yay! It's full backlight. Great. Before that even has a chance to come up, let's get that cleaned up and get some green mask on there so that can become safe. All right, tick tock, yes. All right, we're gonna save the day. We are gonna save Thanksgiving for the family of whoever this guy is. He's gonna be out of the doghouse with his wife. The poor independent repair shop that fucked this shit up is gonna be out of trouble. And we are going to be heroes. All right, it's going to need a significant amount of mask. All right, I got to clean off the flux in order to get the mask stuff to stick. We're going to be heroes. We're going to be heroes this Thanksgiving in some small, tiny corner of the world. As long as I can get this shit put back together and in the mail before the UPS driver comes. All right, time for some green stuff. In fact, I might even dig up the Underdog Piss Detector black light, and instead of using the relatively slow curing yet very safe nail polish lamp that we usually use. All right, so we got to get a really thin coating of this stuff on here because it's got to cure stat. All right, we got to paint green iPhone blood. Green, green iPhone blood. Especially over here. I don't want that thing to move around. And we got to make it thin so it will actually cure. We got to take out this unnecessary piece of copper. And even this job being such a big rush and big pain in the ass, I still think it is way easier than 90% of everything else that we see. So holiday backlight sale. Bring us your holiday backlight repairs, even if they're this hard, because still it beats the hell out of reballing CPUs. Beats the hell out of reballing CPUs and giant open-ended rabbit holes. All right, now that's insulated, so that can hang out just fine. All right, into the UV. Into the UV, and let's see what's going on with chat. If anybody's hanging on. I'm going to read this chat. Let's see. Does anyone know why Jessa is rushing? Yes, Jessa is rushing because this guy he sent this. It just got here like a half hour ago. It is 4:35 and he sent it with his UPS label. UPS pickup already happened, but there is a UPS oh, my connector video. I'm going to make a connector video. There is a UPS like latest drop off at 5 o'clock down the street. So he can, in theory, get this overnighted back out so that he can get it tomorrow in time for Thanksgiving holiday. So that's why this is a big rush. If we can't get it done for that last drop off, then it's going to be stuck here until after Thanksgiving. All right. Lift the cable without tearing the capacitive buttons. That's what I tried to do on my S6 and slide a metal shield under. Oh, like lift the cable. That's what I also tried doing. First, I tried to fold the port down by getting it teased out from those little buttons. And then I was like, this is a pain in the ass and way too risky. I'm going to poke these little LEDs. I don't even know what it looks like under there. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to solder this port with low melt. And so I got the port off. And then this came in, so I have to go back, add low melt, and take it off with your iron. Totally what I did. Clean. Totally what I did. Then install the new port on the flex. Totally the plan. Anchor only the visible pins down. Well, that's a good idea to just say forget about the other ones. Let's see. I quit Samsung's too high. Low melt for an S6 port. That's what I sat here. It's funny. I'm going to make an edited video called, how somebody does something, how a cell phone repair professional does something for the very first time they have no idea how to do under the gun, which is not this one. That guy, I have to get back to that one because that guy also needs it before Thanksgiving. All right. Seems excessive. I just shim under the flex, heat to remove. That is good to know. So it's tougher than you think. You don't know. Like, I have no idea how sensitive. I don't know how sensitive the LCD is to heat. No idea. All right. You can do it all with your iron. Yeah, I think my approach is going to end up being a hybrid of both of those. All right. Easy repairs on holidays. Yes. All right. I'll just go ahead and jinx myself, but yet to damage the flex mic port housing with a shim and hot air. Great. And then I'm going to stick it back on with hot air. Do you worry about those back anchors? All right. Done God knows how many S6 charge ports yet. Yet to fuck one up. Yet. All right, great. Okay, your camera is cutting out, Grandma. Then come fix it. And I didn't do any isopropyl alcohol in playing cards. I used professional fingernails for the whole job. All right, let's see. Yeah, Jessa, shall I send Lewis to the complaints? Yes, Lewis, go to the, there's an iPad Rehab's complaints video where you can complain about the camera cutting out. All right, who was the chick playing music on his birthday? That was Emma. By the way, if anyone remembers from a stream long ago, not that long ago, September or something, where it was Lewis's stream, and there was a chick on there, and I said, hey, will you go on a date with Lewis? And she said, if he asks, he'll have to ask me himself. That was her. All right. Let's see. Start streaming so I can lose my shit, trying to split my brain 4 ways. Haha. Okay. Rushing is never a good idea. Yeah, it is. Gotta rush in order to save Thanksgiving. Have to drop off. Yes, I already have. He sent it with a label. He's got his box all ready. David Strout, did you guys find my quick? We called up the Arkansas post office. By the way, you can actually call up the Arkansas post office, like talk to a person. And man, those guys are super nice. Not that helpful. You know, they're like, we don't know. So we sent you a new one today, and we'll track it down. We told them, find it, send it back to us, and they said, okay. So I'm sure Jean sent one out back, to you today, and we will figure that out. Jessa uses vibrator wire, but I'm too embarrassed to even enter a sex shop, let alone buy a sex toy for phone repair. That's ridiculous. All right. What happened with the device? It is fixed, and it is getting a whole bunch of green iPhone blood dried, and then it's going to get reassembled, and it is going to get out of here, and it is going to be at the UPS drop-off at 5 o'clock. All right. Whack-a-mole. What's Thanksgiving? Seriously? All right. Haven't heard about Piss Cat for quite a while. Any news? My cat? Roscoe? Bony Bones? OLEDs are super sensitive to heat. Uh-oh. Oh, Alex says, I put leaded in all the anchors, flux, leave the pins clean, and then tack pins last. So you put hot air to put it back on? All right. Okay, so I am going to, I think we're done here. So this was a quick fix. We're saving Thanksgiving for whoever owns that phone. And it came in with a short on the backlight line on the downside and 2 missing filters, 4 missing pads. We cleared the short. It was a mechanical short, burned up section of the board. We had to run a jumper and, of course, install a new filter on that line. Got that done, only to find that we could not use that bottom backlight line to serve both sides of the screen with the little jumper up at the top by the test points. That didn't work, so then we had to fix the other side. So we did the same thing, running a jumper plus a new filter on the other side, and then found a third problem, that there was a crack in the track between the dead old filter and its burned up pads and the connector. So tiny little jumper there between the nubbin of that trace that goes out to the test point and the anode line. That was broken between there and the connector, so a tiny piece of wire fixed that up. A whole lot of solder mask to keep all of that perfectly safe. And now I am going to throw the screws back in that phone, put it back together, stick it in that box, and run down the street and be there by 5 o'clock to save Thanksgiving for whoever owns that phone. I don't know. And I will see you guys next time.